there's two types of time, the past and now. Anything less is just uncivilized. Welcome back to the life you have with Tez. That's me. And today we're going to talk about how to successfully manage your time effectively, whether that's at work, the playground, the ball game, wherever you're going to go. Anyway, before we get started, I want you to tap that like button and let's get into it. Number one, get a planner. Okay, so I'm old school. I write stuff down because I remember a whole lot of things better when I write them down. I don't know if that's like you guys, but when I had to write stuff down, I remember better because I wasted my time writing it. And two, I have the burden of doing it because I wrote it. I find that when I don't write stuff down, but I just remember to do it, I don't do it because I don't want to. But if I wasted my time to write things down, then I'm more likely to do that thing that I either didn't want to do or said I was going to do. Then I'm like, oh, now I'm obligated to do it. And then I do what I got to do. But I don't remember it if I don't write it down. That planner comes in handy. It definitely comes in handy. Two, have a set schedule. If you can't set time aside, then you'll always be in the past. That's read behind. You need to block out the times that you're actually trying to do the stuff that you need to do. And that way you're better off when you're making your schedules. So it's important to know that this is the cornerstone of time management. If you say that you're going to come to work from 9 to 7 p.m., then make sure that you document that. Make sure that it's sacred time. Don't take personal phone calls, notifications, emails, any of that stuff. Just go ahead, like especially if you're a freelancer, 9 to 9 or 5 to 3 or whatever you want to do is whatever your work time is. Block out that time for a specific purpose of accomplishing your goal. If you got a ridiculously hard project, make sure you do it within that time. Don't drag your feet about it because you gave yourself this time to do this thing. If you keep making times and you don't stick to them, then you're really ineffective at your job. Number three, plan breaks. You need downtime, and studies actually show that if you take a 10 to 15 minute break between the hours of you actually learning stuff, you actually retain the information a whole lot better because you get mentally bored and your eyesight hurts. So in the Army, what we do is we actually 10 minutes before the hour, we'll be like, all right, everybody, if you got them, smoke them. If you don't, we'll just sit around here and wait until the next block of instruction. But either way, there's a break because your brain it's a sponge, and sponges need sometimes to be pressed a little bit so that they can release the moisture so they can soak up some more. But if you just keep learning, your brain's just gonna be like, I've had enough. And it's just gonna stop learning, and you're not gonna remember anything that just happened. Your brain's just gonna shut off, but your eyes are gonna be open. When you're on that break, what you wanna do is you wanna do something that's completely unrelated to what you're actually learning or doing or whatever. So like for me, when I'm editing these YouTube videos and stuff, I stop, I go and play Streets of Rage 4, I complete a level, I come back because it gets my brain going, gets my mind pumping, gets me all creative and all that stuff, and it gets me fired on all cylinders again till the next hour where I can map out another 15 minutes to play through another level. Some of those levels are kind of involved, so you gotta use all of your brain power to do it, but it's like unlocking different parts of your brain, and it kind of helps you focus better on the task at hand when you come back. Number four, focus. Okay, so don't multitask. Humans were not made to multitask. That's why if you notice, even though we're doing one thing, we're not really focused on doing the one thing that we're doing if we're multitasking. Like you could be running and talking, but if you're running and talking and you're breathing, like it's easier for you to run without talking to somebody because you breathe easier. But when you run and you breathe at the same time, then you lose more oxygen in your lungs, you start to slow down, which is why when we do when we do ability group runs in the Army, we don't sing cadence. We just take off running. But when you're just on a motivation run, then it's a slower pace and you're able to just like keep your mind and your body going while you're able to catch your breath and sing cadence. So that said, I believe Aristotle said a friend to all is a friend to none, which means if you try to do everything, you're going to do nothing. It's just a simple fact of life. If everything matters, then nothing does. If everybody's super, then no one will be. Focus your task. Just focus on the one task. If you're coloring in Photoshop, don't jump to Solitaire and try to do that at the same time that you're coloring. Just focus on being the best coloring job that you're doing at the time. And then if you want to play solitaire. After you finish the coloring, go play solitaire or solitaire, however you pronounce it, or start cooking. Please don't start cooking and then go and try to go to work. Just don't multitask. Focus on one task at hand and it'll be easier for you when you're managing your time. And number 5, hit the hardest target first. So in the military, when we go to the range, we have shot group targets and all that stuff. The furthest one and the hardest one to see and hit is the 300-meter target. It is so far down the thing that you have to have some kind of skill set to be able to hit it. A lot of people just use ACOGs and they cheat. But if you use iron sights, you are God among men if you hit all 40 out of 40, especially, you know, knowing that you have to elevate your rifle at the right angle to be able to hit the 300-meter target. It's the hardest one. So with that said, if you hit the hardest target first, then you're doing the hardest part first. So that project and that thing that you've been avoiding, just go ahead and do it. Once you do it and you get it out of the way, you can knock out all your easy stuff. Prioritize your energy into doing the hard part. Then after the hard part is over, now you got the easy stuff. You can coast and you can relax. But when you try to knock out all the easy stuff, you're only gonna save the hard part that's gonna take all your time away. So do it in the beginning and that way you're good to go. The longer it just sits there, the harder it's gonna be because you're also gonna dread doing it. So once you finish it, you'll have more time for yourself. That means you can go and rest and relax and you can have an unscheduled break. But anyway, that is my video on how to effectively manage your time a whole lot better. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a tap on that like button. Please subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. If you already are subscribed, make sure you hit that notification bell icon so you can stay abreast of all the videos that I post anytime that I post them. Thank you guys for watching. This is The Life You Have with Tez. That's me. Peace out.